Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
New Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Before the costume, before the world had an opinion, Jaafar Jackson kept one thing quiet. He was trying to become Michael.
I did keep it a secret from my family for up to a year, I would say. And I wanted to make sure that it was something I knew for sure, that I had it before I spoke too soon.
To understand why he hid it, go back to the first moment he heard the film even existed.
At that time, I was creating music, I was producing a lot, so I didn't have any thoughts of, let me play him. It was more so, that's gonna be interesting. He asked if I ever acted before, and I told him no, I've never acted, I never wanted to. This time there was no studio attached, there was no director attached, it was very early on. I'm just gonna text him a voice note of me speaking as Michael and also singing a song or two. And he called me right away and said, I'm getting you a coach tomorrow.
One voice note turned curiosity into a test. But outside Jaafar's phone, the movie itself was still being born.
Antoine called me and said, let's do a Michael Jackson movie. Every step we took seemed to be positive and moving forward. And I don't know what got into me to call this guy one day and say, let's have lunch together. And that's how it all started.
The role did not become his, the work did.
The first year I was really just working with Angela Gibbs, the coach, and everything was recorded so Graham can see my progression. It wasn't just one audition. They told me they're gonna do a worldwide casting, and that put even more fire inside of me to wanna work even harder. I went back there and set up a training camp.
I didn't want him to tell his family what he was doing because in case he didn't get it, and I said, it's such a long shot. And he came to me one day and he said, I have to tell my family something. They have no idea where I'm going all day and what I'm doing.
So the first transformation was not hair, makeup, or dance. It was learning how to act.
I didn't know anything about acting. Daniel Day-Lewis,
they're in it.
Joaquin Phoenix, and Christian Bale, just how they transform and really...
They almost get lost in it.
They disappear in the roles, and that was very inspired by that, so I wanted to see what was their work ethic like.
Then came the voice, the part that could not sound like an impression.
At first, it was very silly to my own ears, when I was trying to do that, so I really read a lot of books in his voice. So I wanted to get to that place where I wasn't thinking about it, like putting it on, it would just come out naturally.
The deeper he went, the more the role became a private archive.
He would do mantras, affirmations, he put on mirrors, he put on the ceiling, so you can see it every day, and it really was like his pursuit to greatness. So I applied that same work ethic.
And then I created this timeline room of so much information. Also his personal notes allowed me to do that and place it in that time. For me, it was just dissecting and consuming as much of that as possible, capturing the essence, not trying to copy or mimic exactly what he did.
But studying Michael on paper was one thing. Surviving Michael's stage language was another.
And I know we had about 20 days of a boot camp, and I was so self-conscious at that point. I was so doubtful in the sense that I knew I couldn't get it down in that time frame.
Billie Jean was the test. You have nothing to hide behind. You have the audience, the mic, Michael, and the band. If he could pull this off, he could do any number. The first week, I would say, was the roughest, is because Jaafar, he has rhythm, but this was the first ever time he attacked dance on this level.
Then the people closest to the dance work said the quiet part out loud.
Well, Jaafar is an interesting journey. Jaafar was rehearsing to be Michael for 2 years. Bob Richardson, the great DP, showed me a video of him and Michael on the set together. But it was modern. I said, well, when did you shoot a video with Michael Jackson? Mm-hmm. He said, no, this is Jaafar. And it blew my mind.
You couldn't tell the difference?
Could not tell the difference.
We analyzed that Motown 25 from so many different perspectives. So we wanted to take Jaafar through that same journey of watching video and then pausing after 30 seconds, and then we will just have a conversation.
Taking that time to Havenhurst and setting up mirrors just to dance for hours and hours every day until I felt like I can fool myself in the mirror.
The breakthrough came in one movement.
It's when I was able to land 3 spins and stop on my toes to the left, which was hard for me.
Eventually, the private training had to leave the mirror and face the camera.
Then we did a test screening. We started recording him. Then I threw a question at him, and he answered the question as if he was Michael. And he had the whole room with tears in their eyes. And I was like, he's the real deal. This kid is for real.
I believed it, and I was like, oh, that has to be protected. Whatever he's doing is so special.
I want to make sure he has everything he needs.
Jaafar would just be at the house at Havenhurst by himself dancing all day long. He had every Michael affirmation postered onto a wall in a room. And one of which stared at me every day on the mirror was, doing good is not good enough.
Then the test reached the one viewer whose reaction mattered most.
When I went over to Catherine's house and showed Catherine Jaafar in the hair and makeup, and she was so moved. It moved me and it moved everyone in the room. And she was in a wheelchair and I bent down and she just said, "That's Michael."
But convincing people in a test was not the same as surviving day one.
It was really a surreal, a spiritual moment. It was day one and I was doing the bad tour. I was the bad performance. They threw me right in the deep end. Yeah, we did all the performances the first 2 weeks of shooting.
The first day was not small. It was bad.
We shot bad the very first day. His feet were bleeding. He couldn't feel his toes half the time. That's a Hercules task.
For Graham and Antoine, this was the moment the gamble became real.
You don't know if someone's going to freeze on a day when you got 1,000 extras, you got 500 crew. I just couldn't believe it, and that's when I turned and hugged Graham. Because Graham found Jaafar, and I was like, "You're fucking right. This guy's special."
After all the work, the film had to be more than resemblance.
I really hope they want to have a deeper understanding of Michael and his artistic freedom, Michael's ability or him wanting to have that creative freedom, not being stuck in a box.
And then the secret finally came home.
The support I've had from my family, especially my grandmother, she said how excellent I did and how much I embody Michael. And there were moments she couldn't tell if it was me or Michael. And to me, that's all I needed to hear.
Wow.
It's definitely the highest compliment that I could get, and it means the most to me.